Hello, my fiery friends. Welcome once again to another fiery fun stream. I'm your host, the Infernoman, and we're going to have a lot of fun today because we finally are here to play MTG Foundation. So I'm super excited for today's deck, and hopefully you will be too. So what exactly are we playing today? Well, I'm glad you all asked. So let's go ahead, let's jump in right now, and let's see what we got. All right. Oh, yeah. Welcome, Dunsplendid. Hopefully, again, you're having a great day. Happy Friday to you. A little bit of a different day than normal because we usually do Wednesdays, but I'm glad you're still here. So, as you see today, we're going to be going all in on one of my favorite creature types, goblins. So, we have just enough, at least in standard, to finally make a full goblin deck that we can just go all out in. That's right. No frills, no muss, no fuss. It's just straight up goblins. As you can see right here, we're going to be talking about this deck. We're also, and I'm going to point this out right now. I've got a disclaimer. So real quick. Oh man, this has been one of my most frustrating things over the past couple days. I have been literally sitting back and forth trying to get at least 3 more wins to push myself at least to the next level at Diamond. But Arena continually keeps giving me like bad hands and stuff. Hopefully, maybe today on stream, we could push our way up to Diamond with our deck. Although it is a little risky because I've only tested this deck for a little while, so I don't know if it's going to be good enough, but we're going to try today. So, what exactly, again, are we going to be pulling off? As I mentioned earlier, since this is going to be a Goblins deck, we're going to talk about this deck in depth real quick. We'll then try to play for the first half of the stream all best of 1, and then, of course, once we get to the second half of the stream, we'll be doing best of 3. So, hopefully, this will be it, everyone. We'll get, of course, our big push here to the next level, and again, we'll have a lot more fun along the way. But otherwise, as always, if you are interested, of course, if you are a fan of the content, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch the content, whether you're watching on YouTube, on the replay right now, or live, whether you're watching now on Twitch. And I think we're also up right now on Instagram because I kind of see if I'm testing out a vertical stream for Instagram, but I don't know how well that's doing. So we'll test that out later on, and hopefully that should look good. Hopefully somebody out there might see this. But anyway, oh, Dunsplendid. Will there be Explorer decks for the future? Don't worry, there will be. Just because this set is focused right now, MTG Foundations, on Standard, for at least a couple of weeks going into November, we will be mostly focusing on Standard decks. We haven't actually done Standard in a while, but because of Foundations, I'm actually excited to see what this shakes up for the format. So there's actually quite a lot to talk about here. But do not worry. We will then start little by little getting in a couple more of these cards, key cards that I actually like, into other formats, such as Explorer. Maybe we'll jump back into Historic. Maybe at the end of the year, we'll do Timeless again. But mostly it'll be Standard just for a little while, because I really want to see what these cards really do to the format. But in any case, rather than me rambling about this, because we'll talk about this throughout the whole stream, let's actually talk about now how this is going to work. As always, if you are new to the streams, or if you're, of course, a longtime viewer, we're, of course, going to talk about the deck in depth real quick. We'll go over every single card. We'll go about the sideboard. We'll go over the stats in general, and then that'll hopefully get you all at least squared away before we get started. So, this is, of course, going to be our Goblin deck, where our stats are going to be, of course, Mono Red. You're looking at an average mana curve about 1.9, and then we're looking at 29 creatures, 6 instants, 4 sorceries, and 21 lands. This should be hopefully more than enough to get us going with our game plan. So, with that, let's talk about the 1-drop slot first. So we're just going to go in order here. We won't do it like we normally do, at least in the normal, when I usually do this for actual deck text, because usually I'll go creatures first, non-creature spells, lands, and all that stuff. We're just going to go straight down the line. So, one of the first and newest cards from the set, Foundations, we have Burst Lightning here. Again, it doesn't look like anything crazy, but it is for 1 mana, deal 2 damage to any target. We can kick it later on, so in the late game, this can be actually a great option for us, just to hopefully close out the game if we have extra mana. As far as our Goblin game plan, we're going to be rocking Cacophony Scamp, Fanatical Firebrand, and Reckless Lackey here. I love every single one of these cards and what they're trying to do. Each of them provide a different utility. Cacophony Scamp here can just do some early game damage. If we want to, we can sacrifice it later on, and if it does die, we can do damage equal to its power to any target. This can be great for us to mid to late game, hopefully then just do some extra damage to close it out. Fanatical Firebrand will be our early game threat along with Reckless Lackey, because both of them have haste, so we can do some early game damage. Fanatical Firebrand, same thing, you can sacrifice it by tapping it and deal 1 damage to any target. With Reckless Lackey, in the mid game, if we don't need it as much, we can always sacrifice it for 3 mana, draw a card, and get a treasure token out of the deal. 2-drop slot, we'll have Dragon Fodder here, so for a sorcery, we can create 2 red Goblin creature tokens, so this can help us just kind of flood the board out and start building our Goblin game plan. Runevelt Hordemaster here is going to be great because it'll be one of our lords here. This will pump up all of our goblins +1/+1. Also, whenever it dies or another goblin we control dies, we get to exile the top card of our library, and if it's a goblin creature card, you can cast that card until the end of your next turn. So this is actually great for us to keep churning through our deck and be a little bit more reckless than normal with our goblins. Now, another one of the most awesomest cards that just came from Foundations is Seer Slicer Goblin. So we'll talk about this for a moment here. The Goblin Warrior has a 2/1 and it has the raid ability, which means as long as we attacked this turn, we get to create a 1/1 Red Goblin creature token. So this actually doesn't have to actually swing. We could just utilize this to start building up our whole board of goblins to then just overwhelm our opponent. So I absolutely love what that's trying to do for us. Into the 3-drop slot, we'll have another lord here, Dropkick Bomber, also from Foundations. This Goblin Warrior allows us also to give our goblins +1/+1. However, for 1 red mana, until end of turn, another target goblin we control can gain flying, and then at the end of and when this creature deals combat damage, you could sacrifice it. So, for example, you can utilize this, and maybe you pump up a couple Cacophony Scamps. You can then pay the 1 mana, make your Cacophony Scamp fly, and then when it does die, it'll just do extra damage to our opponent. So this can be a great way to kind of pseudo-fling extra goblins just to push through the remaining points of damage that we need to get to our victory. We'll also have a couple copies of Goblin Surprise here, so same thing, similar to the Dragon Fodder. We can create some more Goblin creature tokens, but this is done at sorcery speed, and it is a little more expensive. However, you can also then utilize it to give all of our goblins an extra +2 pump until end of turn. So this can, again, just help us close out the game as we start going wide and just do extra damage. And then we'll have copies of here of Squee Dubious Monarch here. Another card I absolutely love because it also has haste, and also when it attacks, you get to create another goblin creature token. You can see, of course, we're just going super wide here as much as possible. But of course, one of the real awesome things about this is when it actually dies, you can also bring it back by exiling 4 cards and then paying 4 mana. So no matter what, Squee just never goes away. This is why it's a great card. And then finally, even though I don't really feel too good about utilizing this in the 4-drop slot because I would rather use this for Commander or at least Brawl, at least we're going to give it a try here. So we have 3 copies of Krenko Mob Boss here. So once again, Krenko is making his appearance thanks to Foundations. And of course, you can tap it simply to just create a bunch of goblin creature tokens where X is the number of goblins we control. So on the back end here, we can just go super duper wide, but it is of course going to be susceptible in the early game because we don't really have anything in the main game to give it haste immediately. So just keep that in mind. This might be, I think, a card that's probably better off probably for the Explorer format, but we'll talk about that in the future with another maybe Goblin deck. Now, Gordon, we're going to just rock with whatever we could in the standard format. This is a Mono Red, so we're rocking 16 mountains, and because we have the access to it, and it can, normally we do budget decks, but because this is the first deck that we're streaming on Foundations since this is basically a deck that's focused on the beginning of Foundations, I wanted to go all in. So we're just going to spend the money on it. We're going to get some Cavern of Souls just to make sure our goblins cannot be counters. This is actually great for us to make sure we will get through our game plan no matter what, especially against those mono blue decks out there. And then a single copy of 3 Tree City. We obviously don't always want this because there are going to be moments we don't have enough goblins for it. But if we do get enough, we can then tap it down, get a ton of mana, and just start spamming out all of our goblins, flooding the board, and just overwhelming our opponent. Now, finally, to finish it off, the sideboard here. If you do want to take this to best of 3, and we do have a plan to do that later on, we'll have this following. Lithometric Barrage here can't be countered, deals 1 damage to target creature or planeswalker, and if it is a white or blue target, we can then do 5 damage instead, which is great for us and a great rate. A Braid here is going to be great for, again, 3 damage to target creature, or we can use it as Artifact Hate. And then finally, going into the rest of the true drop slot here, Impact Tremors here, we do make a ton of goblins, so we can do a lot of extra damage as they keep making more tokens on the battlefield. Now, we do have some attackers. Since we're going wide, we can take advantage of Wiststalker Frenzy here. 4 mana, however, it will cost 1 less for each creature that has attacked this turn. Remember, this card works both ways. It doesn't mean that we have to attack ourselves. If our opponent attacks, it'll also cheapen the cost. So keep that in mind as you're utilizing this. Great to get rid of, say, Shieldred. Mostly that's what it's here for. But in any case, we'll also have another single copy of Impact Tremors here, so we'll have 2 copies here. If we do need to exile something, we have Obliterating Bolt just to get rid of those creatures or planeswalkers and exile them. We'll also then utilize for creatures that maybe we don't have a good time dealing with here, Vengeful Possession that just gives us a chance to gain control of that creature. And if we need to, in a pinch, we could discard a card to draw a card with it. So great for us to just pull out a blocker and hopefully just get some victories out of the way. We also have a single copy here at Painter Studio / Deface Gallery as our room. If we unlock the first part of it, you can exile the top 2 cards of your library just to help us again churn through our deck. Or for 2 mana, which is mostly what I want to play with this, is attacking creatures we control will get +1/+0 until end of turn. So great again for a pseudo Anthem effect. And finally, since we still tried to look for something out there to help get all of our goblins super hasty, I'm going to throw in Song of Totenens. So this creature, this sorcery card can create a bunch of rat tokens, and then also creatures we control gain haste until end of turn. So thankfully, you actually don't need to pay even the X, just pay the 1, and then all of your goblins get haste. So this is basically our other option here if we want to go super duper aggro against our opponent. But otherwise, that is the whole deck, everybody. Can we finally get 3 more wins? We're so close to getting 3 wins to push ourselves to Diamond 4. Can that be done today? Is this deck actually going to be able to pull it off, or will we fizzle? Well, there's only one way to find out. So I don't know about you, but I'm super duper excited. I'm super hyped to see how this deck is going to work. So let's go ahead, everybody. We're going to jump into some best of 1 in ranked standard, and let's see how well the deck does. Time to go hard with goblins, everybody. But don't worry, again, we will be playing best of 3 a little bit later in the stream. So, woo! Okay, now that I got that all out of the way, I'm a little out of breath. How are you all doing today, everybody? Hopefully, again, you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at. Do you pay the 1? Yep. Yeah, not again. Hopefully we won't do that. But okay, let's see. Can we get super aggro and win with our goblins? Well, the good news is we have some early game threats here, so this is actually pretty nice. We have some Fanatical Firebrands and a Gear Slicer here to start going wide. Okay, let's keep it. Opponent, what do you got? Black, all right. So, what do we do here? I guess we'll just play our Firebrands. Start doing some aggro damage. Okay, so opponent, what do you got? Nothing yet. Interesting. Okay. I have a feeling they'll obviously have removal, so we're probably just going to have to go super aggro with our goblins here as fast as possible. Okay, down to 16. All right, opponent. Either they have a Wrath, or they got a bunch of removal they're waiting on against us. I'm a little scared, though, because I would really love our goblins to go off here, but I'm also concerned that they may have something else waiting in the wings. But let's see. Reckless Lackey. Do you have an answer, opponents? All right. Okay, well, I guess we'll keep swinging. All right, come on. Anything, opponent? You have to have something in hand. There's no way you're just going to have a full hand of cards and nothing to answer with. Okay, there it is. Go for the throat. 15, 14, 13. Now, do we play the Gear Slicer Goblin now? I don't know. I guess we'll just try now. If they have the Wrath, they have the Wrath. All right, we're still going wide. Come on, deck. There's the Shieldred. No surprise. Shieldred's, of course, going to be a problem for us. But we'll try, everybody. So, let's see. How do we do this? Dropkick Bomber. Pump up all of our goblins. Cacophony Scamp. Alright. So, with that, hold back the Seer Slicer. Opponent obviously is going to have to block something here. Because there's no way they're going to let all that damage get through. Down to 11. Down to 7. We make another token. Alright. Well, our opponent now has to have an answer. Because we are looking at giving them lethal if they don't have an answer. Wow, they're swinging? I mean, if you want to, I guess. Alright. I guess we'll block with the Scamp. If nothing else, guaranteed that damage goes through. But does that mean they have a Wrath? I guess we'll find out right here. Hit him for 2. Down to 7. Do you have a Wrath, opponents? They have another Shieldred. Wow. I think that might be it for us. Let's see. Hold on. So is there... Let's see. If they get rid of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Okay. I think that's it. I think we got him. 5. Down to 1. All right. Nice. Yay. We got him. Okay. I know that wasn't super exciting, but hey. Oh my goodness. We got 2 more wins. If we can get 2 more here, we could push ourselves now to Diamond. Can we do it? That was a pretty easy win, so not too bad so far. But you can see, no muss, no fuss. It's just literally goblins just bringing super aggro. But okay. I'll take it. Let's just keep going. Dense Planet. I actually made a Mono Red Brawl deck. Take a guess which commander it is. What commander do you have, Dense Planet? What do you have in Mono Red that you want to play with? Let me guess. Is it Chandra? It's Chandra, isn't it? You always play Chandra. I know you do. You always love Chandra. Actually, now that I think about it, we will... Don't worry. I realize we will be playing with new Chandra. We have a brand new Chandra Planeswalker that I realize has got to be a thing. Wrong? Really? Okay, we'll play Goblin, by the way. All right, so we can't be countered. Just gonna go swinging again. Super aggro here. Wait, so then what are you playing if it's not Chandra? I'm very confused. Okay, so our opponent looks like they're gonna try to start pumping up with some rabbits. But thankfully, we can still be aggro here. Oh, it's a creature. Okay. You have me stumped. I have no idea what you could possibly be playing. Because usually, I don't know. I don't know what else you'd be playing. You tell me. Okay, so in that case, let's see. What do we have here? Dropkick Bomber? I guess we'll play Dropkick Bomber. We'll just keep pumping up our creatures here. Then Echo Fire Rent keeps swinging. We're going to hold back on the Rune Belt Master because I don't want them to do too much to us. What creature is it, man? Tell me. Let me know. Opponent. Sanguine Evangelist. Okay. I guess I'm going to go wide with tokens here. That's what our opponent's trying to do. Ooh, Krenko Mob Boss. That is nice. That is very nice. Alright, so Krenko is on the field, everybody. But do we swing yet? Let's see if they block 1, 2, 3, 4. No attacks yet. We don't actually need to attack yet because I want to make sure we maximize our goblins. I'll give you a hint. It's from the new Ixalan set. Is it a dinosaur? It's not a tally, is it? Is it a tally? It has to be a tally, right? It's a tally, isn't it? Oh, war leader here. Okay. Our opponent here is going to try to go wide with tokens themselves, but don't worry. We are set for this. All right. Come on, opponent. What do you got? Okay. We'll easily block here, so that's not a problem for us. All right, down to 19. Okay, so this is where the magic comes in, everybody. Dragon Fodder. Make some more tokens. Fanatical Firebrand. We just dump our whole hand here. We got 9 tokens out. Opponent, you can't stop us now. All right, there we go. Still wrong? Wow. I mean, what else could it be? I have no idea what you could be having. Okay. While I try to figure out what you got, Den Splendid, looking at the field right now, so we got 9 tokens here, so we can go super aggro right now with all of our tokens, and I don't think our opponent's going to really have much of an answer here. Unless if they have a Wrath or a way to just stop each of our Krenko here, even 9 tokens should be more than enough to beat down our opponent. Okay, they got Phineas. Phineas can start bumping up everything pretty big, so that is a little scary, but I think we can still get around him. Oh man, if we just had like a hasty option here, this actually would be good for us. Opponent's also going white too. All right, well, this is going to get pretty interesting here. As long as, however, Krenko survives, we will definitely be able to create more than enough tokens against them. Okay, so they'll get their pump. They'll make Battle Cry. Okay, so block with a token. We block here. Sorry, opponent. You lose your Evangelist. They make a bat, though, which is annoying, but it's not the worst. Okay, Cacophony Scamp is great, too. So. Look at all the tokens. 15? Okay. I love this. I absolutely love this. Okay, so we'll hold back on those, and then we'll swing with the rest. Swing with 11. Do you have a way to block all of that, opponents? That is... Wait, how much is that? So 9 times 3, that's 27 damage from the tokens alone, not including the Fanatical Firebrands. I mean, wait. There we go. Yes! Woo, Krenko. Love him. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Can we do it, everybody? We need one more win, and we can then push our way to Diamond. Can we do it on stream? Can we do it? Oh, it's another hint. Okay, it's a pirate. Okay. Mono Red. Give me a second here, Den Splendid. I'm contemplating what it could possibly be. All right, so we'll get our thing there. Always manage to finish your dailies, everybody. That's what I always recommend. Okay. Can we do it, everybody? We need one more win here, and we can push our way to diamond with this deck. I didn't think it was actually going to be possible today. Again, I never really am a person that cares too much about rank, but we're so close right now that I think we might be able to pull this off. Hopefully. We'll see. Okay, so we have 2 lands in hand. We have plenty of 1 and 2 drops, so I think we should be good here. As long as our opponent doesn't have anything crazy, we should be fine. Am I right? Okay. Alright, they're trying to go off with life gain, so we'll see if that's something that we're going to have to deal with. We're going to have to push out damage as quick as possible here. Johnny's Primate. Oh boy. This is going to be really annoying. But there is ways around him, so it's not the worst. We just got to find a way to just go wider. No attacks yet. And we need to start pumping up our team. Essence Channeler. Okay, our opponent is going to try to go really, really big here. But as long as we have a way of just forcing through damage, or at least going wider, we might be able to beat them here. But they are going very big very quickly. Okay, we'll put down the Cavern Souls now on Goblin. Alright, so with that, we will play Spear Slicer, Cacophony Scamp. Alright, nothing yet. Okay, opponents. What do you got? Zoraline. That might be a problem for us. Let's see, any guesses? I don't know what else it could be. I'm not sure what else could be, Dense Planet. You tell me. I'm a little perplexed right now. I mean, what is it? Captain Lannery Storm? That's a Mono Red Pirate. Is it her? That's my only guess right now. Okay, opponent. Knight of Air. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. Not what I was expecting against our opponent. Well, I'm gonna be honest, Dense Planet. I'm very stumped right now. I have no idea what it could possibly be. Okay, our opponent has definitely a massive advantage against us, so I'm not feeling too good about our chances here. But we'll see. We will see if we could try to find a way around this. Pump. And pump. Okay, so with that, we will swing here. We will lose 1 token, but we can still gain it back with our Spear Slicer. Down to 20. Let's see, I think we do this now. Okay. Hold on. Coffee Scam, confirm the permanence. Oh, yeah. We'll take out that Ruin Lurker Bat, because I don't want that to gain more life. Oh, it's Breaches. I totally forgot about Breaches. Totally forgot that was a thing. Okay. Well, now I know. That's cool, though. I honestly wish I could have used Breaches in this deck, because he has a Goblin, but he focuses more on Pirates, not Goblins, so unfortunately we couldn't put him into the deck. Speaking of Goblins, ours are not looking too good right now. Our opponent is definitely going to start flying over us, and that's going to be a problem. Oh, man, we were so close to getting to Diamond, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that with this deck. At least not with what our opponent's throwing at us. So, might as well just dump out our whole hand at this point. So yeah, that's great, but is it enough? That's the problem here. Can't really do too much, because even if we swing, it doesn't matter. They just keep blocking. Alright. Nope, no attacks. Okay, well, let's see. Opponent's playing Amalia. So the life gain shenanigans begin. Goody. Yep, if it's always my biggest thing that beats me every time, it's always going to be life gain. Life gain has always been the bane of my existence anytime I play aggro decks. But I mean, technically, I guess that is the thing for every aggro deck out there, but you get what I mean. You get what I mean, everybody. Let's see. I'm currently buying Wilds of Eldraine packs for more adventure cards. Okay. Have you ever thought about just getting the singles for them? I mean, what adventure cards are you looking for? Okay, opponent is thinking about their swings. If we can get out Kranko, we have a shot of winning. That's actually what we need right now, is we need Kranko to actually beat our opponent. Okay, so our opponent is going to play the life to bring back things. And unfortunately, that doesn't mean they're going to keep pumping their creatures. This, however, is our problem, because we don't really have an answer to that. So our only shot is we have to go wider, but I don't think we're going to be able to do that with our deck today. Because our opponent here has the right deck to beat us. Dang, so close. It's okay, everybody. We're not giving up, because, of course, we still have a whole... We still have time. But let's see. Okay, so... I guess we do it that way. Just block one. And I guess we'll sacrifice one goblin here. Take out that. Okay. They get some more life. They get to do their thing a little bit more. But we get to take out Enduring Innocence. So, it's not horrible. But again, we don't really have too many ways of getting around flying flyers that have really big bodies. I don't know. Maybe we should just splash for black with this deck. I'm not sure. It's something to still think about. We know, of course, we just gotten started with this, so hopefully we'll see what we can do. Knight Errant of Eos. Okay. Alright. This is looking very bad right now. Opponent is just going off here with their life gain. And we don't really have an answer for it in mono red. At least if we were maybe like, I don't know, I guess if it was best of 3, we could have had a shot. But at the same time, red doesn't have an answer for enchantments, so that's unfortunate. So, here's how we do this. Reckless Lackey. Sacrifice it to see if we can draw a card. Okay, Horde Master is not horrible, but it's still not enough. We can pump up our whole team, which is nice. But it's still not enough. I mean, because look, because I can even swing right here. This is mostly the trigger off the Spear Slicer, but it's still not enough. Our opponent is tapped out. So they're just obviously going to block with their big creature here. Come on, deck. Give me a good shot here. Not what I needed. That's okay. But at least it can replace itself. So, not the worst. But we'd like to churn through our deck just enough where we can just kind of get through things. Okay, so. As long as you've lost life this turn, the Channeler has Flying and Vigilance. So, if we can keep these two creatures grounded, we might have a very, very slim chance. But I don't know. It's still too early to call. Dense Planet. I was about to make an Absent Adventure deck for Explorer. I'm looking for Mosswood Dread Knight. Oh, okay. I see what you're trying to do there. Mosswood Dread Knight is a really awesome card for adventures. So hopefully you'll be able to get your set. But honestly, I think you should be able to just buy the packs, in my opinion. Oh, our opponent here has this beat. Yeah, that's a flyer, and we can't stop that, so... Dang. We just got faced against the worst deck of our match, so, man. Okay, now we have to get 2 wins to try to see if we can get to Diamond. But can we do that, everybody? I'm still feeling pretty good. Hopefully we'll get a chance to do it. Alright, we're going to try again. Or at least get wildcards through the whole arena system. Yeah? I mean, shouldn't take you too long to get packs and craft. Either way. I mean, do you have any copies of Mosswood Dread Knight? Alright. Any case. Well, let's see what we got. So, we have a curve. This is good. We have 2 Krankos, which is great. We just need more lands, and hopefully this should be able to get us off. Oh, you've got 1? Ouch. I know how that goes. Well, that stinks. But hopefully we'll get some more soon. Alright, so we will play just our mountain. No goblins just yet, but we do have a burst lightning if we need to pick off anything early. Nothing? Okay. Mountain. Dragon fodder. Okay, so we're getting literally all of our 3 and 4 drops. We do need at least 1 more land and we can start doing stuff here. Opponent's gonna remove our stuff. Annoying, but it's not the worst. Okay, 3. Hey, come on, deck. Give me a land. I just need a land. Our opponent is looking to reanimate stuff. So we need to go wider than they can. And unfortunately, our deck is just now screwing us over. Oh, come on, deck. Don't do this to me. I want to get the diamond today. Maybe, hopefully we can. Our opponent might, on the other hand, is going off with their lands, so they're curving out perfectly. Okay. Well, Now this is looking very frustrating. Because now we're not going as wide. Oh. Oh, come on, deck. Give me something here to work with. Oh, jeez. This is beyond frustrating here. Okay. Okay. All right, it's fine. I don't know how we can do this, though. Okay. Then split it. I was also thinking maybe instead of Abzan, go Sultai. They are more counterspell happy and alt Wincon through mill. Well, I mean, that really depends on what you want to do with the deck overall. Personally, I still think Abzan is probably your best bets, at least in my opinion. And the reason for that is, I would say, for that, I mean, yes, you got counter spells, but your Abzan gives you better options for your actual adventure focus. I wouldn't want to split up your focus too much on like 3 colors there, but we'll see. Okay, so let's see. How do we do this here? We block and block. 1 burst lightning. This feels so terrible right now. Burst lightning number 2. Okay. Again, not what I wanted to do at all. But it does get rid of their Overlord. Oh, there's our 3rd land. A little too late there. Come on, deck. Dropkick Bomber. Unfortunately, this does mean that Liliana can take down, so, jeez. Wow. Our deck is completely screwed us over here. It's fine. It's fine, everybody. I'm not salty. Okay. I don't think we're going to win this one also. Jeez. Man. Oh, man. We're losing here. No. No. The dream is fading. No. Oh, boy. Wow. This has not been a good run for us. Oh, man. We came so close. I feel like we flew so close to the sun, and now our little magic wings have burned up. But it's okay, everybody. We're still within range. I can't give up yet. Never give up, everybody. I mean, granted, yes, I kind of gave up there, but that's also because we're not going to survive a Valgavoth. No one is. Okay, but you get what I mean. Let's just keep going. We're going to have to shake that off, and we're going to keep trying, everybody. Hopefully, we can pull this off. All right, so with that, let's see. Can we pull off a victory here? All right, so let's see. Got a lot of 1-drops. No thing in the 2-drop, and we do need a 3rd land. If we can get that 3rd land, we can still go wide with Squee. So, all right, let's try. Fanatic Firebrand. We're here to be aggro, everybody. We need to find a way to prove to everybody aggro can pull this off. All right, so with that. Okay. Sorry. Just thinking out loud, everybody. Firebrand number 2. Firebrand number 3. Just aggro as can be. That's all we're trying to do right now. Come on, deck. I believe in you. Give me that 3rd land and we're in good business. Pirate. Okay. No land just yet. Oh, come on, deck. Don't do this to me. Not for a 3rd game in a row. Okay. Our opponent is playing pirates. Standard pirates. That's interesting. Kitesail Larcenist. So, let's see. So that means that this gets turned into a treasure. But actually, that's actually kind of what we want. So, here's how we do this. Let's see. Wait. What's the ward cost on? Okay, that's 1. Okay. So here, how do we do this here? I think we do it this way. Okay. Runevelt Hordemaster. Swing with 2. Okay. Pay the 1. Ping it. Draw a card. Larcenist down. Okay. Well, that kind of worked. Although we did kind of lose a land in the process. That's awkward. Okay. It's fine. It's fine, everybody. All right. So, game plan right now. Oh, come on, opponents. Oh, okay. We just need another land and we should be okay. Oh, okay. Well, the Burst Lightning is actually not bad either. So, here's how we do this. Okay. We're going to try this again. Swing with Reckless Lackey. Do you block, opponent? You do not. Okay. Alright, so we'll pass here. They're down to 9. I'm still not sure exactly how standard Pirates is, but we're going to see if we can try to... if we can get around them. They swing. We're down to 17. Burst Lightning on the Corsair. Alright, opponent, do you have an answer? Do you have an answer? Anything. Come on. Opponent's taking their time. Okay, they got 4 cards in hand, so I'm pretty sure they have to have something. Okay. Wow, they let it go. Alright. Okay, we finally got our 3rd land drop, which is what we needed. Here comes Squee. At least I hope so. Okay, squeeze in. Or not. But we do get to at least draw a card off of that. It's another Horde Master, so that's not horrible. Down to 7. Down to 6. Okay. We could still bring Squee back, so that's not actually horrible for us. Dragon Fodder. Okay, so Squee again. Number 2. He sticks. Does he? Opponents? Oh, come on. No. Don't do this to me. 3 steps ahead. Okay, so they actually made a copy. Alright. Squee is down. So, here's how we do this. Horde Master. We'll pop our Squee. Well, okay. Well, again, it's not horrible. But I want to see... Okay, so they're down to 6. We have a Reckless Lackey that's actually pumped up pretty well here. Of course they're a captain. Okay, they make another treasure. They have 2 more cards in hand. 1 more card. Okay. They are, at this point, down to 11. Okay. Alright, so, is there a way out of this? At all? I don't know. Swing with the Lackey. Do you have an answer, opponent? Okay, so they are going to do that. So, pump. Take out the Bromenhead Dracosaur. We both die. But that's fine. We draw some cards here. Cranko. Okay. Alright, so they got 2 more cards in hand. Roaming Throne. Oh boy. Maybe we should put Roaming Throne in our deck. I don't know if that actually works too well with our Goblin game plan. Down to 5. Alright. Well. Oh, wait. There's no way out of this, is there? Oh, man. Not again. Not again. I mean, yeah, sure, we can play the Cacophony Scamp. Dragon Fodder, too. But that's not enough. See, okay. Alright, they negated us anyway. Alright. Wow. Our deck just betrayed us with lands again. We have 21 lands in the deck. We don't really have a horrible plan here, but... Oh, jeez. I can't believe this. Man, the dream just keeps fading away, everyone. Okay, okay, okay. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Okay, it's fine. As a former aggro player, that last match, you hate to see it. Yeah. I mean, yes, it is very, very frustrating, but I cannot let that get to me. One of the biggest things, again, I always try to tell everybody is you have to maintain positivity. Yes, I have my moments, as you've seen on stream, and of course when you've seen my deck techs, I definitely have my frustrating moments. But I can't let that get to me. If I let every single loss get to me, I would be rattled pretty hard, and I probably would be making a lot more worse plays. So, I do believe, however, I can still push my way through this. Even if it's not going to be on stream today, we're still at least going to have some fun. We still got to find a way around this. But, moving back to our game plan right now. Okay, so we got 3 lands this time, so that's good. 1, 2, and 3 drops. So we have a great curve this time. Just depends on what our opponent's playing. We can go very, very wide very quickly here if our opponent does not have an answer. Alright, Swift Sphere. That's fine. They swing. Okay, so that puts us in a good spot here. Mountain. Spear Slicer. We swing. Make a token. Okay, here come the goblins, everybody. Here come the goblins. Opponent is going to swing again. That's fine. I don't mind that. Okay, so now we got plenty of lands, which is great. Squee. Alright. Well, this is much better. This is now the deck firing off. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Dense Planet. Well, I do go against the likes of Discard and Dimir Control. They go on my nerves. Yeah, and mostly just comes down to, again, people just don't like their stuff to be countered or removed that easily. Dropkick Bomber. Here we go. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Hold back on the Spear Slicer. Make another Goblin. Do you have an answer, opponents? No, you don't. Much better. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. That was a nice palate cleanser, everybody. Much better. So we're still in range. 3 more wins. I still think we can do it. We can still do it today. We got plenty of time on stream. Whew. Okay. So, now that actually the set's out, and while I'm going to get ready to set up my next game, let me know in the comments, everybody. What are your thoughts so far on Foundations? Now that we've had a couple of days to play with it, are you liking it? Are there decks that you have been building with it? What have you been brewing? Let me know in the comments below. If you have a brew that you do want to share, you've probably been seeing it already. You can join our Discord, and we definitely share a lot of different brews there of all different kinds with all different levels of skill. So don't feel like you have to be like an expert. I'm definitely not an expert at all, but I do like to play a lot of Magic, as you can see, and I do like to play a lot of budget decks. So if you're a fan, check out the Discord where we do hang out. We can talk about all kinds of fun stuff there. Doesn't even have to be Magic related. I do appreciate just our growing community having a lot more time together to enjoy things. Okay, so it looks like we're playing another aggro deck, which is fine. We're just going to start going wide with our tokens. Alright. Opponents, what do you got? Heartfire Hero. Alright, so is the pump coming? I think that's the question we need to ask. Is it? Here we go. Monstrous Rage. No surprise. That's okay. That does hurt for now, but we can still find ways around things here. So with that... I think we'll play Cacophony Scamp. Reckless Lackey. And this is how we do it, so... If they're gonna sacrifice here, Heartfire Hero will most likely be taking out the Spear Slicer. So... That's what I'm guessing. Oh, wow, they actually let it go? Alright. We get to make another Goblin out of that, so that's actually not too bad. If we have to block for a little bit, we can. They're down to 4 cards. One more land here would be really nice to have to give us a little bit more buffer. Alright. Heartfire Hero gets pumped. No blocks. Do you have another answer, opponents? Most likely it's going to be... Okay, Torch the Tower. Okay. So unfortunately we do lose our 1 Goblin there. It's helpful, but that's okay. Down to 7. Burst Lightning. Okay. I feel like we might want to take out that Heartfire Hero before it becomes too much of a problem. On the other hand, the Manifold Mouse is also scary too. I don't know. I think we take out the mouse here. So that's out of the way. Okay, so... Do we swing now? That's 5. That's down to 10, but that on the backswing we'll probably lose. Okay. No attacks. I know. It's not ideal, but we're a little light on lands. That's also what's kind of hurting us here, so. Block, okay, hold on. Block and block. And block? Okay. I think that might be it. They have 2 lands and they have 2 cards. Do they have remaining pump here? Okay, they do. But that still doesn't push through the damage there. So, it's not horrible. Take out that Heartfire Hero. Opponents. Oh, wow, they wasted their pump on that. Okay. I mean, I guess that's okay. Mountain. Dropkick Bomber. So no attacks. Okay. We're definitely not in a good spot at all, because this is not where we want to be. But, oh, Innkeeper's Talent? Interesting. Okay, I see. Okay, okay. All right. So I see what's going on here. All right, opponents. Okay. Is there a way around this? Do we even survive here? I don't think we can. See, that's 5 damage. Okay, hold on. That's 8. So we need to block 2 creatures here. Okay. Block and block. Or actually, well, no, we have to block. Okay. Well, not looking good at all. We're literally in a bad spot here because no matter what we do, all we can do is just keep chump blocking. Damn. Well, I don't see us getting around this, everybody. Because they're just going to keep swinging. If we can get, by some miracle, around everything else here, which we can't, because they're just going to keep pumping everything. Yeah. They're just going to keep being aggro. I don't think there's a way around this at all. So. Oh, it's literally just block everything. Dang. Alright. Well. That's, I mean, I don't think we're going to... We basically lose the whole board at this point. Dragon Fodder, literally just holding on by whatever means. Like, there's nothing we can really do here unless we get rid of those Heartfire heroes. Even if they get rid of them, they can still just do damage to us, so... I think we'll just concede it. Dang. Wow. We couldn't get there, everybody. We just couldn't get through the big creatures, which is, again, one of the biggest weaknesses, of course, when it comes to a deck like this, is you have to always remember Mono Red, we can pump ourselves up for a little bit, but we really can't get around super big stuff. Not without spot removal. Okay, so maybe 1 or 2 best of 1s again, and we're going to jump to best of 3. We'll see if that makes a difference for us, because we do have answers in the sideboard. Alright, so let's see. Dense Blended, good question. On the whole pirate tribal thing, what are the core colors for them? Okay, oh, well, since you're asking about pirates, your core for pirates tends to be Grixis colors. So black, blue, and red are your colors when it comes to pirates. That's mostly the colors you want to stick to. Down to 19. I mean, you can go to other colors if you want to, but that's mostly what you're going to want to stick to is... Oh, 30 of the consoles. Oh, come on, opponent. Really? Okay. It's fine. It's fine, everyone. So, Coffee Scamp number 1. They gain life. Gross. Life again. So that sets them back. And they now pace... They're going to now try to sponge our hits. As much as possible, I would guess. Every time with this card. No damage. Unfortunately, it's -2. Dropkick Bomber is not bad. On Goblin. Unfortunately, we're going to have to keep contending with that Authority of the Consoles, because no matter what, it's just going to keep doing its thing. Down to 18. And it kind of, unfortunately, keeps resetting our whole damage here. But, we have to keep trying. Question. Are pirates more mid-range or tempo? Well, that's actually a good question. Pirates are more mid-range. I haven't really seen too much of a tempo play with them, but it is possible. Down to 10. Decline. Okay, if our opponent has a Wrath, that's what I'm guessing is going to try to stop us right now, because that's literally... They have lethal. Okay, do you have a Wrath, opponents? Because right now, you're facing lethal. Siege the Mirror. Okay. Okay, what do they get? There it is. Day of Judgment. No surprise. I figured. We hit them down to 7. Okay. So. We're down, but we're still not out yet. If we can still rebuild, we have a shot. But we have to see if we can get around what they got. Okay. Felidar Retreat. That's interesting. I don't know what our deck... I guess our opponent is an enchantment... An Orzhov control deck? I don't know. It's a little confusing to me. But, see what they're trying to do here. Are they going to pump it? Or are they going to make more tokens? They make more tokens. Meow meow. Authority of the consoles again. Alright. Well. Gotta keep pushing through. Double block. Alright, that's our last card. Oh, boy. Fighting tooth and nail against these life gain decks is beyond annoying. Okay. They make a demon. We don't have an answer around that, unfortunately, but we could try. But we need to find a way to rebuild quick. If we can't rebuild, we're going to be in a really bad spot. But we need Krenko. That's what we need, actually. And unfortunately, they unlocked their next thing, so they're going to start drawing cards quick now. Their clock is faster than us. Alright, they draw a card. We lose life. Make some tokens. I don't know if that's going to be enough. Alright. Well, I'm starting to think that maybe it probably is best for us to go into best of 3. So, I don't know what else we can do here. They have so many ways of stopping us here. I mean, we can still keep pressuring them with damage. I don't know if that's enough. Down to 8. Okay. Demonic Pact. So what do they play with it? Make the token. Man. Opponent's got good defenses against us. Okay. I'm going to sacrifice Reckless Lackey. I'm going to draw a card. It's another Reckless Lackey. That doesn't help us at all. Boo. Oh, jeez. Come on, deck. Alright. Reckless Lackey again. They gain life. No attacks. So what do they do? 4 damage to any target? Oh boy. Alright. We're just going to take this one. Dang it. Man, come on. Oh, we're still within range, everybody. But again, it's just so tough right now. Did you have fun? No, of course I did not have fun with this. You are not helping at all, Arena. Come on. Okay. Sadness. Absolute sadness. Okay, it's fine. Okay. Whew. All right, so gonna breathe for a second here. Whew. And we're gonna try again. So here's how we're gonna do this. Okay, so we're gonna swap now. We're gonna go best of 3. I can't give up just yet. So we're gonna try some more here. I am not giving up, everybody. We're not giving up. No. No, 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 no. Whew. Okay. Okay. Positive vibes. We're playing first. Okay. So, let's look at our hand here. Okay. This looks good. Let's keep this. Okay. Come on, deck. If you just believe in me, I believe in you. Reckless Lackey. Down to 19. Alright, so with that, while we're at the halfway point of the stream, I do also want to remind everybody, if you do like what we do, even if you don't mind my every so often like bits of frustration and rage, be sure to give a like, follow. We mostly focus on playing and showing off cool budget decks on Arena through YouTube. But I'm also active on other platforms, so if you do want to check me out there, I would love to have you all there. Alright, make a token. We're going wide. Mountain. Heart Fairy Hero. Okay, so our opponent is playing the Gruul aggro deck in Standard. But we'll see. Will they have enough to get around us? Burst Lightning. Ooh, okay, that's actually really good right now. Alright. Phew, okay, threat down, which is good. Draw a card here. No Spear Slicer. Will they block? They do not. Okay. Well, that gives us a shot to give us another token, which is good. Okay, if we can get that third land drop, we'll be definitely in business. Densplin it. Maybe in the future, deck tech for Explorer Grixis Pirates? Actually, Densplin it. I already did a Pirates deck. We actually have done quite a few already, but if you're interested, I have an ultra budget deck that I actually did over the summer. That actually had quite a few to it. So if you actually want to check that out, I would recommend that. Okay, so I think we'll play Squee here. Because I want to start pressuring our opponent more. We make another token. Okay, opponents. We're going super wide here, so you're going to have to really start answering us here. Okay, Emberheart Challenger. Okay, this is the block turn. Down to 13. Down to 12. Whole board does get blown up here, so that most likely means that we're going to lose. Oh, okay. Oh, wait, I forgot that went to face. Okay, we're actually in good spot right now. Okay. Phew. Okay, feeling good here. We're feeling good. Fugitive Codebreaker. Wow, they actually have that. Interesting. Oh, it does have prowess, I forget. Does anyone, like, okay, I forgot that this goblin existed, but would it have been good in our deck? I don't really think it would have been, because to get it to work, you have to have a lot of spells. We're not really a spell deck. Okay, I guess I don't feel so bad about that. Let's see. How do we do this here? Squee number 2? Making still more tokens? You have to have some kind of pump spell, opponent. If you're playing an aggro deck like this, you gotta have more pump. Oh, there it is. Well, I mean, that hurt, but that's not the worst. So that must like they'll bring... Okay. Down to 8. We still make another token. Wow, Spear Slicer has been putting in work. This card is great. I absolutely love what this card is doing. Okay, they play a face down card. What are we now, Yu-Gi-Oh? Alright, so, let's see. Spear Slicer number 2. Rune Belt Horde Master. Give our whole team some pump. Nice. Very nice. Same thing, hold back our other Spear Slicer. Make another token. Alright, opponent, you're out of cards. You definitely have to block now. You got no choice. Down to 1. Yes! Much better. Now we're talking. Alright, Cacophony Scamp. Spear Slicer number 2. Make more tokens. Okay. There we go. That felt so much more better, everybody. Okay. There we go. We take game 1. Woo! Alright. Now we just got to maintain that momentum, everybody. So, now we're going to start seeing, can our deck do better in a best of 3 format? So, what do we want? I think Obliterating... Okay, so, let's see. They can definitely make a lot of their stuff scary, but what do we want to... I don't know if Kranko is going to be good for this fight because we want to make sure we stay low to the ground so we can just keep hitting him with stuff. So I think we'll cut the Krankos, bring in the Witchstalker's Frenzy, Painter's Studio to just put more pressure on them. Let's see. Dense Planet. Of all enchantment type cards, I do like sagas, rooms, and classes. What are yours? Oh, funny you brought that up because I actually did finish making that ultra budget deck on a couple days ago that was talking about an enchantment deck that has like no rares or mythics. You know, honestly, if I had to pick, I actually love sagas. I think sagas are probably one of my favorite sub-archetypes when it comes to enchantments. Rooms are also pretty cool too, but sagas I actually like. I'll explain a little bit more in a bit, but let's see. Going over this, is there anything else we need or want? Do we bring in the Abrades or Obliterating Bolts? Maybe trim, I don't know here. I guess trim 2 Dragon Fodders and then bring in, do we want at, I think the Obliterating Bolts. Or we could, no. Okay, we'll try it that way. We'll try it that way. Okay. With the Obliterating Bolts, if we can exile those mice, they will not trigger off their damage abilities, which can be critical for us at the right moments. But we'll see. Our opponent's going to go first this time around. Okay, so a little bit on the slow side here, but we do have removal. I'm probably going to want to keep that removal. Because once our opponent starts pumping themselves up, we want to make sure we have what we need. We've got a Dragon Fodder, so we can still add some tokens onto the field. Opponent, do you have actually a Wrath for this? Because that's probably the one thing that'll hurt us the most. Okay, so they are plotting away a Slickshot Show-Off, so that's coming. Dragon Fodder. Make some tokens. But yeah, so I would definitely say, of enchantments, I would probably say Sagas first, then Rooms. Classes are okay. Not really, I don't care too much about classes, but they're not bad. Ooh, the audacity of our opponent here. All right, but hitting us for, ouch, 8. Okay. But the good news is we do have answers here. So, on Goblin. Burst Lightning. Obliterating Bolts. Phew, okay, threat's down. They draw a card, though. We swing. Down to 18. Okay, so we're, again, not in the best of shape, but we are still hopefully building up our board. The biggest advantage we have is as long as we can keep getting rid of their creatures, we have the edge. Because there's not going to be that much that they're going to want to utilize. Most of their cards are also pretty weak when they come out, so as long as we can just surprise them with some hits, we should be good. Opponent? Do you have an answer? Removal? No? Yes? Maybe? Okay. Nice. Okay, 14. We're closing the gap, everybody. Closing that gap. All right, Mountain. Nothing yet? Nothing, opponents? Okay. Didn't split it. Sagas are very on point with the whole lore stuff. As a joke, is it possible to win through nothing but sagas? Like, you got lands, but your permanents are sagas. That's a good question. I mean, there is technically a way. Originally, when I was building an enchantment deck, I thought of building one with just all sagas, which I thought could have been done. But it's actually a little harder than I thought. But there is a way. There are a lot of commanders also that, from an enchantment standpoint, they're actually pretty solid. Opponents? I figured they were going to blow up the Horde Master, but that's okay. We exile a card. Is it a goblin? No, it's not. Well, oh, it's actually a spell, but that's okay. Alright, opponents. You're looking at 5 life. Can we take it in 2? Monastery Swiftspear. Honestly, I think this deck, the Gruul aggro deck, is better in best of 1. Because you can see right here, once we sideboard, we got him. Yes, we got him. 2. Easily. Down. Okay, we're back in this fight, everybody. We're so back. Okay. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling very good now. All right, so we got that best of 3. Took 2 right there. All right. Get another free card. It's just a Meteor Golem, so whatever. All right. Going back in. All right, here we go. All right, so we'll obviously play on play. Okay, so a little slow, but that's okay. We're a little land heavy, but I think we could pull this off. Got him on deck. All right, there we go. Mountain. Cacophony Scamp. And go. Opponent, what do you got? Show me what you got. Okay. So let's see. Mountain again. Cacophony Scamp number 2. All right, let's start swinging with our gobos. Doing some damage here. Cut down. Annoying, but that's at least we can get in some free damage. Down to 19. We're a little heavy on lands, but hopefully that means we'll start being able to drop in things we need. Caustic Bronco. Oh, okay. Okay, we don't need that many lands, deck. Come on. Don't do this to me. Please don't. Let's see. Do we swing? Let's try swinging. We are here to be aggro. That's what we are here for. Okay. All right. Sorry, everybody. Looking at stuff right now. And, okay. So, still not getting our lands. That's really awkward for us. We'll put down on Goblin. Are we there? Okay, hold on. Whew, okay. Okay, so I think we're back, everybody. Sort of. Hopefully. Wait, are we there? Okay. Y'all there, everybody? Is everybody okay? We back? Okay. I think we're back now, but we're not looking too good right now. Okay. Don't you just hate it when you get, like, bad internet connections? We'll swing here. Wait, do we do this here? No, I can't. Okay, our opponent here still doing the thing. So we lose 2 life. We do make a goblin. Okay. Okay, yeah, sorry about that, everybody. Looks like we had a bit of an issue there, but I think we're still live, right? I think we're doing okay. Right? All right. So. All right, let's try this out here. Down to 6. Okay. I think at this point, I'm probably just going to go to game 2. Okay, hold on. Let me double... Also, real quick, everybody, I'm just going to double check just to make sure everything else is functioning perfectly. Okay, sorry. Yeah. I think we're fine now. I think we're fine overall. Okay. Where was I at? Ah, yes. Okay. So, we need to find a way to beat down our opponent. They're playing a Golgari mid-range deck. So, how do we beat that? I think if we play Vengeful Possession to take that demon, that might help us out. Let's see. What else do we want, though? Little Merrick Barrage doesn't help us here. Trim down 1 Kranko. Probably take out the Goblin Surprise. Take out a Fodder and put in Obliterating Bolts. So we're going to need the removal. And then I guess Witchstalker's Frenzy might help us out. What do we cut for that? Maybe 1 more? Oh, geez. I'm not sure. Okay. 1 Frenzy there. 1 Burst Lightning gone? Wait, no. Hold on. Trying to think this over here. Take out the other friends. Okay. We'll try it like this. Yeah, sorry about that, Den Splinit. Don't worry, we're still here. My biggest fear was for a second, I'm like, oh boy, they're going to cut my feet right now and everything's going to fall completely apart here. But some way, we got around it, so there we go. We should be okay, right? That's good, though. Thank you for still hanging in there. Impact Tremors, maybe. I mean, I know it's a little too late, but we're going to try. Okay, so this is actually a pretty decent curve. It's very low, so it is what we need. We just need to find a way to quickly go wider than what our opponent can do. If we can go wider, our opponent won't really have an option against us. Okay, Burst Lightning. Opponents, do you have an answer? They have Cut Down. No surprise, so we are not allowed to go wide. Hit our opponent down to 19. I'm assuming our opponent's going to try to pack as much spot removal as possible against us, because that's really what will hurt us. Vengeful Possession will be nice for later in the game. Spear Slicer number 2. Do you have more removal, opponents? Of course you do. Come on. Okay. If we can get to Squee, maybe that might help us out instead, but we'll see. Also, I did realize now, I think it's working now. I think I'm also finally live on, am I live also on Instagram? I think I am. That's actually kind of nice. So with that, let's see. Okay, so Reckless Lackey. Burst Lightning, getting that Land of War Elves out of the way. Nice. Okay. Down to 17, down to 15. We'll make our first token. Nice. Okay, we're back in this fight, everybody. We're back in this fight. But our opponent looks like they're struggling a little bit on lands, so that's actually hopefully in our favor. Den Splinit. Let's see. Yes. Sorry. Trying to catch up here with things. Wait. Am I lagging? Opponents? Oh, I'm not lagging. Wait, no. Our opponent right now is thinking. Okay. I guess our opponent is thinking about stuff. So while they're thinking about stuff... Let's see. What were you saying earlier? Okay. Phew. I'm having a really hard time. Sorry about that. I do apologize. But I think we should be okay now. Go for the throat. Of course. But it's okay. We still have a little bit of pump here and push. Now 13, down to 11. If now our opponent tries to start taking out our creatures, we can hopefully get some more goblins. But I would like to at least get one more land. That would help us out a lot. Let's see. Let's see. Ow. There it was. It's fine. We lose 2 spells. Those would have been nice to have. 2 obliterating bolts back to back. Alright, it's okay, everybody. At least we didn't lose lands. Down to 9. But our opponent is also struggling too, because they're not also getting their land drops either. So hopefully we could still get around them. Opponent does have 5 cards in hand. We do have a Vengeful Possession too, so hopefully we can steal maybe, I don't know, like the big demon if we need to. But we'll see. Opponent, what do you got? Opponents? Alright, still there. Land of War Elves. Well, at the very least, we can get rid of the Land of War Elves. Phew, okay. We're keeping them under control still, too. Okay, we finally got our 3rd mountain, which is nice. That might come in handy with the Vengeful Possession. But if we can get Krenko out, I think that might put us, hopefully, in to get us the game. See. Okay, interesting. Ooh, Vengeful Possession here actually might be helpful. So, I'm going to take your little horsey. Thank you. Do we discard a card, though? We will not. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good hit. Down to 4. Okay, so if our opponent tries to do anything cheeky right now, we should be able to get around them. About the 3-mana counterspells. Example, Dissipate. What are your best picks? About the 3-mana ones? That's actually kind of tricky. I had to think about that one for a moment, Densplinit. So give me a second here. Here's how we do this. Take out the Bronco. If they have another one, that's okay. We're just trying to keep the path clear. There's the cut down. That's okay. But we still have a Spear Slicer waiting in the wings, and we also have a Vengeful Possession. If our opponent can play something big here, maybe we could take it. 3 Tree Cities also not too shabby either. On Gobos. So, Spear Slicer Goblin. Okay, so how do we get around this? Our opponent is going to try to see if they can play something here. If they can play something big, I actually want them to play something big. Okay, there we go. I think that might be game for us. I think that's it. I will steal this. Thank you, opponent. We'll throw that away. Draw another card. Put that down on Gobos. Nice! We got there! Okay, woo! Forcing game 3. Alright. Alright. Sinister Sabotage is actually a really good 3-mana counterspell because of the surveil ability. Because you don't have to do it, but it can help filter your next draw. Let's see. If I was to answer also that Densplinit, it's actually very situational because there's a lot of okay 3-mana ones. I honestly, if I had to pick, You Find the Villain's Lair is my personal option. That's honestly what I would take. And the reason for that is You Find the Villain's Lair gives you the flexibility of either being a counterspell, or you can then discard 2 cards to draw 2 cards. So I think that one's actually more flexible, and that's actually my personal favorite one. There is, however, that new 3-mana counterspell that came out in Foundations, where you counter, and you could draw a card and discard a card. I haven't tried that one out yet, but I might try that one. That one actually looks pretty decent too. Okay, sorry. Going back to this. All right, so I think Kranko probably might have to get cut for this one. We want to try to force through damage faster. That's what we need to do here. Impact Tremors. I guess we'll come in on this one. Maybe that's the way to do it. And then, do we want this? Okay. Maybe Dropkick Bomber goes. Painter Studio come in. Okay, we'll try it that way. Okay. Hopefully, again, we can get there, everybody. We just gotta believe. We gotta believe. But I would say, I'll definitely say Sinister Sabotage is, you can't go wrong with that one. That one's actually not too shabby. So I would definitely try that one out. All right. Oh, geez. This is like the super land hand here. Do I keep this? There's not much action for the time being. That's a little scary. But I'm also concerned that we might mulligan into something really, really bad. Let's try mulliganing. Okay. We'll keep this one. Okay, for this, though, it's all 2 drops and 3 drops. So I think the Vengeful Possession will go bye-bye. Hopefully that's not the worst decision. Tap land. Mountain. Fanatical Firebrand. Down to 19. All right, opponent. What do you got? Do you have more removal in hand? Nothing yet. So, Impact Tremors instead, coming down. So even if our goblins do get blown up, we can start pinging our opponent down. Okay. Anything you can get, opponent. Unholy Annex. Okay. Well, they're drawing their cards. But that might be something that undoes them very quickly here. Okay. I think Spear Slicer coming in. Ping. Swing. Our team. Make another token. Down to 13. All right. Clock is ticking, opponents. But can we get there quick enough? Archfiend of Dross. So, that puts him back up in life. Is there a way out of that? Okay. Runevelt Hordemaster. Down to 14. Swing here. We will lose the creature. Okay, they did not take the bait. Down to 12. Make another token. Down to 11. They will lose an oil token. So, I think if we can get another land, or at least if our opponent taps out, we're probably going to try to go all in on... Oh, wow, okay. They are going completely all in on this plan. Okay. How do we get out of this? Okay, so, Caverner's Souls on Gobos. I guess we'll go with here. Down to 12. Force through the damage. Some way, somehow, we got to push it all through. Okay, so... Is there any way out? Okay. Down to 4. Come on, deck. Come on. Anything. Wow, we did not get a hit there. Oh, jeez. Dang it. We didn't make it, everybody. Oh, man. Okay. Well, that was a risk, everybody, but we tried. Unfortunately, we can't get around that because we tried to get aggro there and it just didn't work out. Man, those Archfiend of the Dross. It's okay. It's okay, everybody. We're going to keep trying. Alright, so we got our free little card. Well, I guess that's okay, I guess. Wait, where are we at again? Okay, so we're back down to where we started. Joy. Lost all that progress. Keep trying, everybody. Looking at the clock right now, we're probably looking at maybe about another 30 minutes approximately, and then that will be it for the stream. Not that, again, I don't want to stream longer, but as always, I'd like to remind everyone, we mostly keep our streams short and sweet, mostly just because I have other big boy stuff to do, i.e. an actual real job. But if I would love to stream with all of you all the time. But if you do want to help me get to more of that goal, all you simply got to do is just support me however you like. I do have a Patreon, of course, where you can catch all of my bonus footage that I drop wherever I can. So it's mostly going to be a lot of works in progress. You get to see some bonus hilarious stuff that I throw out there. And of course, all of the videos that are on YouTube will go up there at some point. All the stuff on YouTube will be free available. But if you do want to support me, just show a little love. Not asking for you to do it. That's not an expectation. But if you do it, I really would appreciate it. But it's never going to be a requirement to enjoy the content. If nothing else, you can always, of course, like, follow, and subscribe wherever you watch, wherever you are watching, whether it's going to be on Twitch, YouTube, even X, or even Instagram. I greatly appreciate all the love that you all give me, everybody. So for those of you that have been watching today, thank you so much, of course, for that support. But otherwise, let's see. All right, so with this right now, we're going to just build up our goblin army. Just going super wide here, as fast as we can. Okay, nothing yet. Down to 19 for our opponent. Oh, Bend Reality, the Duskmoor one. That one actually might be... That's not too shabby either. That could be something you might want to consider. Let's see. Opponent, Fairy Mastermind. Do they block? Wow, they actually block. Okay. Down to 17. We ping. Down to 16. We can make our token. Nice! Alright. Swamps. Archfiend draws again. Man, I'm actually starting to hate this card a lot. It's really annoying for what it does, but... Okay. Runevout Hordemaster. Okay, hold on. We're not going to attack just yet. Not yet. We're going to wait. Because I realized by hitting it, that's what drained us last time. So we're going to have to hold back just for a moment. See what our opponent's going to try to do here. They swing. Down to 14. I guess we'll do it. Actually, no, hold on. That's me getting a little too eager. Cavern of Souls. On Gobos. Do you have an answer, opponent? They make the Shork. What do they block? Okay. So, pump up the team. There you go, everybody. Taking him out. Whew! Alright, we took game one. That's good. That's good. That puts us in a good spot for the next one. Okay, so if our opponent is playing... looks like a Dimir mid-range or control deck. What do we want? Okay, so that means Lithomeric Barrage can come in. Because those are great for us. I think Witchstalker's Frenzy might be better, or Obliterating Bolt. We'll see. Same thing again. I want to play with Kranko, but he's a little slow for these games. So we're going to have to cut him a little bit here. And I guess one Dragon Fodder. We should be good from there. That's what I also said, maybe like Ice Out and Urza's Rebuke. Oh, the tempo tap land, the tap spells. Ice Out, is that the one that's uncounterable? I think that one's pretty good. I'm testing it out in a future deck that maybe we might have a chance to play maybe on another stream next week, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay. Let's see. This is a pretty good curve. We got everything we need here. Swamp. Dreams of Steel and Oil. Okay, so they will throw away a creature from us. Which is annoying, but okay. Okay. They threw away the Cacophony Scamp. That's not the worst, actually. That's okay. We're down to 10 over 19. I actually never see anybody play this card, so I didn't think anybody was going to play it. Okay. Opponent's got 5 cards in hand. What do you got, opponents? What do you got? Mountain. Put down our Cavern Souls now on Gobos. We will make 2 tokens. Opponents. Of course, they got the cut down. No surprise there. But we still get to make 2 tokens, so it still puts pressure on them. Nothing yet. All right. Then we're bringing in Reckless Lackey. Number 2. Swinging away. Anything, opponents? Anoint with Affliction. Okay. Opponent's got the whole... It's got the whole removal in hand. But we're still going to keep trying to force them out. Dreams of Steel and Oil. Oh, toots. So there goes our Dropkick Bomber. Alright. It's fine, everybody. It's fine. Roomville Hordemaster is not bad either. So. Hordemaster. Pumping. Down to 11. Okay, opponents. Clock is ticking. Burst Lightning's also nice too. We're just going to swing here. Do you have an answer, opponent? Anything. Obviously, you have to have something. Go for the throat. Okay. So this does power down our goblins just a little bit, which is annoying. Down to 8. Okay. But we're still very close to the end here, and our opponent looks like they're not getting what they need. Cavernous Souls number 2. Maybe this is it right here. Goblin. Answer, opponents. Went with Affliction again. Down to 6. Oh, man. So close, and our opponent is constantly wailing on us here. Alright. It's okay, everybody. Dropkick Bomber. Okay. Can't be countered, which is great. But it still comes in. Pumps up all of our goblins. Do they have another answer? Down to 2. Nice. We got to see. Does our opponent play anything here? Nothing yet. Okay. We need to have them tap out. If they can do that, we have a win. Come on, opponents. Okay. There we go, everybody. Yes, we got him. We did it. Whew. Oh, man. That was too close. All right. All right. All right, all right, all right. We're kind of back where we are. Wow, again, this has been literally my past day and a half of playing on Arena. Keep going up, keep going down. Oh, man. So nerve-wracking, but we're still doing okay. Still happy with how things are turning out. I mean, we're not, like, horrible today, but we are doing pretty good with this deck. The deck has actually been pretty good so far, so I'm actually pretty happy and satisfied with it. Dense Linnet. So the one to look out for are You Find the Villain's Lair, the Foundation one, Sinister Sabotage, and Bend Reality. In all honesty, for 3-drop counter spells, they're not all bad. It really depends on what is your overall game plan. Like, what are you trying to do? If your deck does have stuff where you want it in the graveyard, you're definitely going to want to try either You Find the Villain's Lair or Sinister Sabotage. And also that one also, again, depends on what you're also throwing into the yard. Are you throwing in creatures? Is it a Spell Slinger deck for, like, is it Phoenix? Things like that. Bend Reality, I have to look at again how that card looks. But I'll give you a bit more info in a bit. Okay, this hand is very, very heavy on stuff here. We get to go first, though, but let's mulligan. Okay, this looks good. This is fine. We'll keep this hand. What do we drop, though? I think... I don't know if I want to keep... Okay, I don't want to drop the lands, but... we might want to make more creatures later. Put back the Firebrand. Okay. Okay, this should be right. Am I right? Should be right. Mountain. Reckless Lackey. Swing. Down to 19. Okay, so... opponent's playing... they're playing Duress. Okay, so that means our Burst Lightning goes bye-bye. It's annoying, but that's okay. Oh, they took away the Goblin Surprise. Okay, well, I mean, that's also an option too, I suppose. Down 18. Opponents, what do you got? Builder's Talent. So that puts, unfortunately, a blocker in front of us, but it's at least not bad. Okay. We're still not in bad shape. We swing here, get aggro, make a token. They block Squee, no problem. Down to 16. Okay, opponent. So, what are they playing? They made a token. They go to level 2. Interesting. Okay. Collector's Vault. So they will put a counter on that, which will be very annoying to deal with, but that's okay. So how do we do this here? Spear Slicer, I think, comes in. We swing with just... Hold on. Actually, we need to push through all the damage. So they can still block with that wall, which is going to be very, very annoying to get through, but it's not horrible. Still 12. Squee did go off. We make another token. So we are going wider than their one little wall can stop us with. So we can't push. Not quite yet. If we can get at least one Lord, we'd be good. Ooh, Archangel Elspeth. Wow. Alright. They're pumping out their one little wall, which is kind of cute. Thankfully, though, we have an answer for that little token, though. Sorry, opponent. You're not going to get some liking. Too bad. Alright, so with this... This is actually now going to be a little harder now to swing. Okay, we only have 2 cards in the yard. Okay, so... We can't... It's tempting to bluff, but I'm worried that our opponent will have an answer. Sacrifice it. Draw a card, make a treasure. Down to 9. Okay, so with that... Dragon Fodder. Make 2 more tokens. Make another token. Okay. If we can get the Dropkick Bomber, and there's no Wrath, we should be good here. Builder's Talent again. Alright. Pump, pump. Tap land. They scry. Okay, you got 1 card left in hand, opponent. What is it going to be? I think we might be able to get this here. They tick up. They make a token. Okay, so that's pretty much it, everybody. Goblin? I think we got this one. Pop this. Pop this. Big swing. Make another token. There we go. The flying actually helped us out here. Because now we can just fly over their stuff. Yes! Flying goblins! Yeah, there we go. Feeling good about that one. Feeling good. All right. Okay. So, what do we do to get around this? That token was very, very annoying, but we do have a Braid, so I think that'll be definitely our game plan here. We have Lithomeric Barrage. Those are definitely our solid options there. Vengeful Possession might be helpful. Same thing. We're going to have to cut Krenko a bit. I know. I'd love to have Krenko, but man, it's just kind of hard to get him in there. And let's see. I think that might be it. I'm not sure if I want anything else. Or Impact Tremors might be helpful too. What do we cut for that? Dragon Fodder again? And... The Burst Lightning wasn't bad either. I think we'll cut the Dragon Fodder and put in the Tremors. Okay. I think that should be good. Okay. Bend Reality. It's a Moto spell. Either Counter Spell or Manifest Dread. Okay, it's that one. That sounds not too bad either. On the other hand, though, I mean, I guess, again, it really depends on, again, how your deck is designed. Which I know is a very... It's a very vague way of explaining things. But in all honesty, it really does depend on how you're building. None of them are bad. I'll say that. Opponents. Cut down. I mean, I could just sack the Gobbo, so that's okay. Down to 18. Alright, land. Okay, Firebrand again. Swing. Down to 17. Okay. Okay, opponents. The good news is their deck is slower, but we also need to speed things up here with us. Hopefully we can get there, though. Another Firebrand, which is nice. Alright, so... Do we put down the Horde Master or the... I think we put down the Spear Slicer. That's probably how we want to do it. Fanatical Firebrand number 2. Opponents. We swing, so it does trigger off Spear Slicer. Down to 15. Go wide. Nice. Okay. So far, so good. We're hanging in there. Temporary... Oh, jeez. Temporary lockdown. Man, that is painful. Okay. Okay. It's not over yet, everybody. We're not giving up. Still swinging. Down to 12. Mostly if they have one Wrath in hand. I don't know if they have another one, but we're going to have to see right here. Demolition Field. Caretaker's Talent. Okay, so they're going to try to start drawing stuff off of tokens here, but hopefully we can still close this out. Ooh, Dropkick Commander is good too. That is great. Opponents? Nope, nothing. Okay, phew. Opponents? Oh, they do have an answer. Wow, they took 3 for that one. Ouch. Okay. Come on, deck. Give me a card. Ooh, Squeeze is actually really nice off the top there. Down to 7. All right. Our opponent's got 2 cards in hand. Builder's Talent coming in. They do get to draw a card off of that, so... Is that enough, though? They have 3 lands open, but they only have 1 colored land. Anything? Okay, they go level 2. They make a they make a copy of the token. Wow, I cannot spell words right now. Okay. All right, so Spear Slicer is not bad either. All right. Squee. It's a 4/4. All right, there we go. Swinging away. Oh, I realized that we could have gone flying with that one. That's okay. Down to 2. There we go, everybody. Hit him for another 2. Yes! All right. That's another victory right there. All right. Okay, okay. Oh, my goodness. We're in range, everyone. We're in range. We need 1 more victory. Can we do it? Can we finally do it? We're so close right now. Oh, I just don't want to lose again. Whew. Okay, we're not even getting any bonuses at this point. Mostly we're just playing just to play. Okay. We're going to try again one more time here. Depending on how long this game goes, this might be our final one, but we'll see. It really depends on how quick this goes. All right, so with that, we'll be on the play. All right, so this looks good, so we're going to keep this. Creatures and tokens galore. Depends on what our opponent's playing here. But thank you for everybody that's still here with me, still trying to make this work, still trying to make this all happen. Reckless Lackey. Swinging away. Down to 19. Swamp again. Wow, we're playing a lot of mono black this time. It's so annoying. Okay, Cavern of Souls. On goblins. Make 2 goblin tokens. Okay. 10 Splendid. So to save me some trouble, the general solid option here is Sinister Sabotage. Yes. Okay, so they're probably going to take away our Spear Slicer Goblin. This will be annoying, but that's okay. It's fine, everybody. We still have ways of getting around us. Our opponent here. Cacophony Scamp. Make 2 more tokens. We go swinging. We have to be aggro against them. That's all we can do at this point. Fountain Port. I kind of wonder if Fountain Port would have been good for our deck. Oh, ooh, Glissa. Ew. She's not a good card to deal with at all. Pass. Oh boy. Glissa is such a painful card to deal with. Hopefully we can find a way to get around her. It's going to be mostly our biggest threat here. Opponents. 3 cards in hand. Archfiend. Oh god, I hate this card. Ah, I hate this card so much. Sorry. I had to get that out there. Goblins. We don't have an answer right now. No attacks. Archfiend of the Dross. Very, very frustrating card to deal with. Deep Cavern Bat again. Maybe we should have a Wrath in this deck. All right, so they know that we don't have anything else in hand, so they're going to start going a little nutty here. But oh, man. Down to 12. We have a 2-turn clock. They have Land of War Elves. Burst Lightning is okay, I guess. All right. We get rid of the biggest threat to our board and swing. Okay. Down to 13. They go up to 14. Let's see. No, we can't sacrifice them. Because then we just lose. Okay. Alright. The only thing that helps us survive at this point is just... No. Never mind. Alright, I don't think we can get this one. Actually, Runebelt Hordemaster just helps us pump a little bit, but it's not enough. Dang. The Lord came too little too late. I mean, I could swing here, and that really won't make much of a difference. Make a token. Okay. Dang. Yep. So we lose. That's okay. We'll go to game 2, everybody. Speaking of fiends, Demon Tribal deck? I mean, demons are a little bit hard for me to build, but I can try to find a way around that one. Maybe. We'll see. But in the meantime, okay, so for this one, same thing. Krenko's got to get cut because he's too slow. Vengeful Possession will be very helpful to take away that demon. Oh, man, if I could steal one of those demons today, that would be hilarious. Witchstalker's Frenzy because we need some big removal. And Obliterating Bolt also. So this does mean we'll have to cut... We'll cut to 2 Dragon Fodders, and we'll cut... What else we cut here? I guess Goblin Surprise goes bye-bye? Okay. We'll do it like that. Okay. Mostly removal... just to hopefully get rid of their stuff. That's mostly what our big focus is here. All right, so with that... Okay, so... Okay. Okay. I think we can keep this. We should be fine. I think we can. Alright, so with that, we will play our Cavern Souls first on Gobbo. We will play Cacophony Scamp first. But yeah, I know we haven't really done a demon deck, Den Splinnet, so maybe that'll be something I might look to for a future deck tech. I'll put that on the list. We'll definitely probably consider doing that maybe a little bit later on this year. Hopefully maybe we'll get it out before the end of the year. Mosswood Dread Knight. Okay. Opponent here is... Okay, do we do this now? Or actually... Squee. If our opponent is... Probably going to take out Squee. Oh, wow, they actually took out... Down to 13. Okay. 2 more to them. We get rid of... a spell. Obliterating Bolt. That's okay, I guess. Glissa. That's going to be a problem for us, but we'll try to get around her. So let's see. How do we do this here? Oh, okay. Maybe we can pull it off here. Okay. We're just going to go super aggro here. Because that's the only way we can stop her. That does power down everything. But they're down to 2. So unless if our opponent has a Wrath, I think we have a way of just beating him out here, which should be great. Opponent, go for the throat. Wow, okay. I think that's it then. I think we got him here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna do it this way, everybody. I'm gonna steal that, opponents. You know what? We're stealing the Glissa. I had that. You deserve that, opponent. You and your stinky little Glissa there. But you know what? I felt good about that one. Let's keep this. Let's keep this. Okay. This is it, everybody. This is it right here. For all the marbles today, can we steal it? Can we get our victory here? If we can get our victory, we push ourselves to diamond. Can we do it here today, everybody? Okay. So, oh boy. Okay. This helps us go wide, but it doesn't really put a lot of pressure on our opponent here. On the other hand, I'm scared if we mulligan, we're going to get something far worse. Oh boy. I don't know, everybody. Do we keep this hand? Do we keep this hand or do we try to mulligan? That is a tough one right now. Oh boy. Oh boy. Let's keep. Let's see if we can draw into maybe something. Okay, so we got a mountain, of course. Cacophony Scamp. Alright. Okay, so we're not making too much progress here, so... Hold on. Give me a second, everybody. Alright, come on. Are we there still? Okay, are we there? Alright, alright. Land. Okay. I think we're back again. And then... made the dragon fodder. Fanatical Firebrand. Okay. Decline. Okay. I think we're there. Archfiend again. Mountain. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a frustrating thing. I will definitely say it's been a very frustrating thing that's been going on right now. Okay, so dragon fodder again. Cacophony Scamp. And Fanatical Firebrand again. We'll pass. If our opponent swings, we have a shot of just forcing through damage. Gix's command. Oh boy, okay. I think this is it, everybody. Alright. I think that's it, everybody. Wow. 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 I can't believe it ended like that. Well, we tried, everybody. We tried. Yeah, like, I realize now my little emotion's not even working right now. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was the worst way to end it. I mean, it's still not the worst because, ironically, we're now back where we started earlier. Literally, the stream started with us trying to get to 3 wins. And you've seen today, the whole stream, we've been trying our hardest to get to there. But it still isn't working out. I just don't know why, but it's just not quite getting there. Hold on one second, everybody. Whoop, hold on. Don't worry, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Give me 1 second here. I know, I disappeared for a moment, everybody. Well, right there. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, but yeah. Yeah, I have no words. We tried so hard, everybody. And despite how frustrating it was, I mean, at least, again, I'm just going to say right now, at least we ended up right where we started. So it does feel like it's very annoying that we made no progress per se. But at least we're not, like, worse off than we did earlier. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'll probably clip that later on just to kind of show we completely got destroyed there. Wow, we got blown out so hard. I absolutely have learned to hate Archfiend of the Draws. I hate that card so much right now. It's one of the most annoying cards in Standard. But we're not going to dwell on that. We tried. I mean, despite the fact that, keep in mind, I had, throughout the stream, 2 lag spikes that almost cut the stream. But I thank you all, despite the fact that my frustrations have been just 110% today, that all of you have still been there for me. So thank you so much, everybody. Thank you for also putting up with some of the challenges we face today in our stream. But I'm really happy still with things that turned out. Now, let's kind of wrap this up a bit like I always do. And we're going to always ask the question. That was basically Goblins going hard in Standard. So you tell me in the comments below or here on the replay right now on the stream, what do you think? Would you play this deck in any way, shape, or form? I honestly think if we could replace maybe 1 or 2 key cards in this deck with something more powerful, I think this deck would have been amazing and probably would even be, dare I say, a competitive deck in Standard. But the problem is, Goblins is still missing maybe 1 or 2 more key pieces that really help kind of push what this archetype is trying to do. So, if I were to take a guess as to like what Goblins we do need, like you would have to go into, say, Explorer, for example. And, okay. So, if I was to do this real quick and just type in Goblin. So in terms of actual goblins that we want to try to get, ideally, we need goblins that either give some of our goblins haste like Krenko here to make it faster. But realistically, what we need is we need Battlecry Goblin, which is in Jumpstart, but it's not legal anymore in Standard. If this card was in Standard, this would have made goblins amazing. I actually probably would put that in versus Dragon Fodder. Other cards that I would be able to get if I could only add them in is... we could have had more cards that can sacrifice for damage, like Ember Hauler. That's not too bad. It's okay. But other cards that would help us out are we need cards that just, you want goblins to push through things. Breaches here would have been amazing if he just didn't, if he only focused on a little bit on pirates. I mean, yes, he focused on pirates, but I mean, like, if he had options for goblins, then he would have been fantastic for the deck. But it's not the worst. Other cards. Fabled the Mirror Breaker sadly already rotated out, so we couldn't utilize that one. Hobgoblin Bandit Lord here also would have been a great one. But the real best goblin we could have gotten if they only added it in, if we only got Goblin War Chief, this would have been fantastic in Standard Goblins. But I think they didn't want to make it too strong. So it is what it is. Again, I'm not going to be mad. I'm honestly perfectly fine with the fact that we kind of ended up where we started. So that's not the worst. But having said that, the only other options I think is, I know some people were mentioning Krenko for the set, but the problem with Krenko is we don't really focus on artifacts in our version of Goblins, so that would have been a little awkward for us to play Krenko overall. Because you can see right here, Krenko is in the Jumpstart packs, but he's not in Standard, so it's okay, everybody. I'm not mad. It is what it is. But having said that, I'm actually pretty satisfied with the deck overall. Considering how we were still able to hold our own in Standard, the deck is actually not bad. I was pretty happy with it. So we're going to keep this mostly as is. Now, if we honestly could make any changes now, I would probably have to think about, do we want Burst Lightning as our main spot removal for the deck? That would be, again, one of those questions we kind of have to play around with a little bit, but your mileage will vary. I would probably change a little bit of the sideboard depending on what we're fighting, but it actually did work pretty well, all things considered. We actually didn't do too shabby. So I'm overall just happy with it, and we're going to keep it as is. If you want to make this deck budget, though, this is where it gets a little dicey. So the best way to make this deck budget is cut 3 Tree City and the Cavern of Souls. That's 5 rares you can get rid of and just make them all mountains. It's not anything fancy, but it does cut down and save you on 5 rares. As far as the main deck, you can have 3 Krankos, so that's 3 rares. Your 2 Squee are 2 rares, so that's 5 rares total. And then Dropkick Bomber is another 4, so that's 9. And the other ones that you need right here, Spear Slicer or Runevelt Hordemaster. So in terms of this, if you want to cut it down completely, you could probably cut down to 1 Squee and 1 Dropkick Bomber. So if I was to look at this real quick, hold on. We'll clone it. So let's talk about this briefly, where if you want to make this budget, literally just cut Cavern, cut 3 Tree City, put in 21 Mountains, cut 1 Squee, Goblin Surprise, cut 1 Dropkick Bomber. So you have a full set of Goblin Surprise now. So now you're cutting down to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rares, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 rares is honestly the bare minimum I would say is with this deck. Bare minimum, 15 rares, it's still doable. That's at least the cheapest I would recommend for this deck. Anything lower than that, you're definitely going to feel some inconsistencies because you really want to make sure you have a full set of Seer Slicer Goblins and Runevelt Hordemaster for the pump and the go wide strategy. You really want at least one, just 1 Squee minimum to go off. If you want to, although, you probably could get away with maybe even cutting 1 more Kranko and putting in 1 more Squee just to make sure you have some extra one just to keep doing your thing if you need to make it escape. But again, that was what I would recommend if you want Goblin budget in Standard. Having said all that, the sideboard will just depend on, again, what you're trying to work with here. Song of Totems, I forgot, you can also cut those too if you want to make it, again, super duper cheap. But again, that is your option there. But overall, that's pretty much it for you, everybody. That's mostly all I have for you today, everybody. I do appreciate all the support you've given me. Now, for those of you who stuck around this far into the video, as always, thank you for that. You are my true fiery friends. So again, shout out to you, Den Splendid, for holding down the whole chat today. I thank you for that. As always, you're really, really an all-star. So because of that, you're going to get a little sneak peek as to what's coming. So we're already working on it now, but definitely we have another Standard deck that I think is amazing and is very powerful and fun in there. Burn is coming back, and that'll be our first big deck tech that's coming out. Ideally, if I can get it out, I'll try to get it out by Monday. So we're going to push that timeline up just a little bit. We'll go back to our normal streaming schedule of going on midweek Magic for Wednesdays. So that'll be, again, what we're going to be rocking hopefully on Wednesday. In the future, of course, as always, I will be working on a couple of other Standard decks. You can see right here, I'm working on a Jin Tempo deck here. So this will be also Standard. And we're going to be elf balling very soon. I'm trying to figure out the right ratio for this one for budget reasons, but I think we're almost there. So we definitely have quite a few decks to actually go through over the next couple weeks. So don't worry. We have a lot of fun we're going to be having very soon. Also, we'll definitely go back to some of our other decks that are kind of playing around still. I mentioned this many times already. Madness, I'll come upon this one at some point. We have a Basically Energy deck. We're going to try to wrap up the rest of the Basically decks this year, but if we don't get to them, we still at least have early next year to start pushing it before we start talking about Ether Drift, because that'll be definitely a lot of fun down the line. Oh, Black Midrange? Oh, yes. So yeah, I am working also on a mono black deck that is going to be either explored, but I might push it back down to Standard. I think we can get it down to Standard level just to make it so at least we have at least also a black deck ready to go with Foundations in mind. Don't worry. We will be talking about these decks soon, so hang in there. They're definitely all coming. But with that, that's pretty much all I have for you today, everybody. Thank you one more time to everybody who has been watching. I do appreciate all of you that who have been there with me the whole time. So that's going to be it for the day's stream, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. Have fun out there. Please be safe. Enjoy whatever you play in Foundations. Please let me know again what you're playing out there. Throw them into our Discord if you haven't done so already. Join it if you haven't done so. Like, follow, and subscribe. You basically get the idea. I would love to see more of you out there as our growing group of fiery friends emerges bigger and bigger. But with that, I'm going to be ending it now, everybody. So have, again, one more time, a wonderful weekend. And just remember that no matter what you do play in the game of life, always be sure to burn bright. We'll see you next week. Later.